I'd love to ask you, Jim, about what baseball is doing, trying to change rules to speed the game up, and try to appeal to millennials. For instance,
them folks. I call them folks.
Millennials is them folks?
Them folks, yeah.
Well, them folks apparently can't pay attention to an intentional walk. There's now that rule change where you could just put the runner on base. What do you think?
I'm an old school guy, but surprisingly, I'm totally in favor of this because, baseball has a long history of using hand signals to advance people to bases. I think most of them were invented by that drunken Mickey Mantle. And, for example, the nose flick and the nod, that means I want to bring you back to the hotel room and get to second base with you. And you've seen this, like the thigh sweep.
Yeah, the rubbing of the thighs.
Yeah, that's I want to go to third with you. And and this one,
where you're just laying stuff out.
You're gently laying $100 bills on a mattress. That means I want to go all the way with you, all the way home. That's what that means.
So, do you have rules that you could come up with, you, Jim Brockmire, to help the commissioner of baseball perhaps appeal to the younger fans? Do you have any changes?
You know, I do. I'm so glad you asked me that. I've given this a lot of thought.
You have? Okay.
A lot of thought, almost to like an obsessively weird degree.
Yes.
Like when I'm sitting alone late at night, and I don't want to get into it. I call it sad lotion time, but that's another story. But
okay. So what do you got? What do you got?
First of all, let's see.
Yes.
Every team should have a designated fat guy. Okay. Yes, designated fat guy. I hate the designated hitter, by the way.
Okay.
Nothing baseball-like about somebody not fielding their position. This microphone's getting in my way, Rich Eisen.
Just use your hands, whatever you wish.
I don't like it. And you look at you're a Honda whore. What kind of a Honda whore?
Well, it's the best type.
All right. Anyway.
Yes.
Designated hitter, terrible.
Yeah.
But you know what screams baseball is some big fat piece of struggling his way to run around a green field. And I'm sorry to curse. I'm sorry I cursed. I know that your three listeners do not enjoy that, so I'm sorry to you three folks. But seriously, every team should have like some John Kruk. You have to do it. Somebody you could just blame for every fart and every destroyed bathroom. The Mets, come on. Success in New York. Bartolo Colon has been that for many years, and every single New Yorker is richer for it. He's just the toad man who kissed a princess and wound up the king of New York. El Rey del Nueva York, Rich Eisen.
So that's one. You got any more?
Well, that's one. That's just the first one.
That's just the first one.
I got tons of them. Pranks. One prank per dugout per game. Let's just bring that back. Dugouts, Rich Eisen.
Yes.
They were the original, what do the kids call that? Punked, right? The punked. Except instead, no, you've seen that show.
Oh, sure, yeah.
It's called Punked, right? I'm not off base here. Except instead of, Justin Timberlake crying like a little child, you see adult men with gum on their head. It's a lot of fun. Bring them all back. Again with the microphone, Rich. I blame you. Bring them back. Like the hot foot, right? Classic. The rookie in the weird outfit.
Sure.
The San Diego Surprise. Bring that.
What's that?
The San Diego Surprise?
Yeah, it was the San Diego Surprise.
Oh, that's a good one. That's when the mother of your children walks up to you and informs you that your firstborn has actually been fathered by a San Diego Padre. And no, it's funny, right? Because it's so often true. Who can't relate to that one? Your oldest is a San Diego
It's
Padre.
unbelievable. I was just told that last week.
Yeah, amazing,
it
right?
threw me for a loop, Jim.
San Diego Surprise.
San Diego
Surprised you didn't know it.
Is there any way you could work Curt Schilling into one of these new rules? Can you do that? Can you do that for me, Jim?
It would be a shame to leave him out, wouldn't it? I mean, a shame. Yeah, let's. You know what we should do with Curt Schilling?
What?
Let's make it also mandatory that you have to do the Curt Schilling meme of the day, right? Because who has their finger on the pulse beat of America more than Curt Schilling? Just let's point up what he's saying. A quarter of the country will completely agree with it, and the rest of us, will just marvel at how some guy who put fake blood on his sock can be so just insanely racist. You know what I mean? And let's not hide it. Let's bring it out. Let's have the conversation, before the brown shirts get their marching orders, and we're not allowed to say anything anymore.
Jim Brockmire here on the Rich Eisen Show. A couple more minutes with him. You got one more? You got one more rule
yes,
change? Because I got to be honest with you, Jim. A couple of these may not go up the flagpole at the Rob Manfred commissioner's office.
Well, they'll go up the flagpole. It's just that he won't salute. But you put it out there. That's why it's a volume business. I got a couple more for you.
Okay.
Dominican slang. You familiar?
No, I'm unfamiliar.
Dominican slang is fantastic. It's bizarre and it's arcane and it's weird. It's like that Cockney rhyming slang, you know. It's spoken in every dugout on every team, you know, and it's so strange.
You got an example for me?
I do. For example, piltruffa. You familiar with piltruffa?
What's piltruffa?
Piltruffa means so worthless that you should be eaten by pigs. That's true. Can you imagine working that into a baseball broadcast? Well, here comes Jason Hayward, and man, oh man, his contract has made him something of a piltruffa. Right? I mean, come on, let's do it.
You know what? Conyo is a good
Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah.
You kiss your mama with that mouth? Dial it down. Disgusting, Rich Eisen. It's a family podcast.
Where do you stand on bat flips, Jim?
Oh, I am so glad you asked me that. I could kiss your bald head. Bat flips should be mandatory.
Yes.
Mandatory. Are you kidding me? What's fun about laying a bat gently down after you've hit a baseball? If you are standing in a batter's box and you have hit a ball, it is your divine right, your God-given right to hurl that thing as high and hard and as fast as you want, wherever you want. Stands, dugout. Hey, who cares if you hit a child or a teammate? No. A lovely souvenir concussion. They'll remember it the rest of their lives. Or they'll immediately forget it because they're concussed. But either way, you know, who cares?
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.